Hey, 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 hey. Yes, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. It is I, Keisher Glymph. Hey, y'all. Oh, so glad to be here. I'm like really loving that I'm here and I'm loving who I'm speaking to today. And I already know y'all gonna love her too. She's amazing. Amazing. So we're gonna have her come on shortly. I'll see whenever she pops in. I'm gonna put her on. So in the meantime, I hope you're having a wonderful, fabulous Friday. Uh, April is here, y'all. I tell you. Though we know that this time thing is a human construct that we've created, it is here, and these April showers are beautiful. Um, I think what's on my heart right now to kind of be with is like right now in this moment, it's raining. And a lot of times we have a feeling about rain. And you hear words like, oh, it's a gloomy day. Recently, I've been hearing people say, ooh, it's nasty outside, right? And I'm just like, okay, you know, let me release the judgment on how you choose to look at it. But I think every type of weather is amazing and welcomed. And I get it. We have to sludge through certain times, right? And if that's how we look at it, but changing our perspective can have it be very different. And so the openness to what it could be can shift how you experience it. So when I lived in New York for all those years, and it would snow and it would be so cold, I would just say, like, you know what? I choose the cold. I just choose it. I'm going to need to choose it, because if I don't choose it, then my day will just be miserable, because I will experience it as miserable. I will experience it as, oh, it's freezing. So I layer up and just like, listen, I choose it. This is what it is. All right. And so the same with the rain. It's like water is so healing, completely healing. I've started doing these Wednesday water days, and it's amazing. Water Wednesday, honey. And I go sit by the water. And I know once it's warmer, I'm going to find one I'm going to put my feet in and like get in the water. But it has completely, like, I don't miss that day because it's so grounding and so healing. So for me, it's finding a space, finding something that can realign me, that I can meditate by, that I can open up my space. And also it brings such energy. And so I'm grateful for that space. So now it's raining right now, and I'm like, yes, bring the rain. All right. So if you're having these April showers, what might they be bringing you if you weren't so committed to it being nasty or dreary? What could be there? Okay. Listen, honey, you better accept that rain. It's beautiful because it ain't going to go away. Right? Unless because you don't want it to be there. All right. So here we go. Thank y'all for listening to me. In the meantime, let's go ahead and bring this beautiful woman on. Let's bring her on. Okay. Let's await the queen. Let's await the queen. Yes. Ooh, hunting,
Hi,
hunting.
hi, 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 hi. We are here. I'm so excited.
Listen. All right. All right.
How are
Oh my
you?
goodness, girl. I am great. I am great. How are
I'm
you?
great. It's the moon is crazy right now, but I feel good. I feel good. I feel good. I'm in it. I'm in
Yes.
it.
Yes, right? Listen, I'm so excited. You're going to tell us all about that moon,
Listen.
right? We're going to get into that, right? Welcome, my
Thank
dear.
you.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having.
Everybody, you're welcome. This is the beautiful
Hi,
Dailande.
everyone. What's
Yes.
up, you guys?
Listen, I don't know. It's hard to kind of sum up what you do, so I'm actually not going to attempt to do that. I will just say, I mean, it's in the post, right? Beautiful spirit. That is, that's that's a simple way to say it. Like, she's a beautiful spirit. but offering energy healing, right, through Reiki and tarot card readings and
Yes.
just loving on folks. And so we'll get into a bit more of what you offer.
Okay.
But, you know, a question that I've been asking when I do these is has been quite a good opener. So I'm gonna
Okay.
just
Hit
I'm
it.
gonna leave with
Hit
that,
it.
which
Let's
is
go.
who is Dailande? Who is Dailande?
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I think it took me so long to really figure what that is, what the answer is, because I feel like society always wants you to have an answer. And as understanding that we're energy, we're constantly evolving and growing into someone or something higher than what we used to be. So it's kind of hard and challenging, I should say, to say I'm this when tomorrow, next year, I'll be something else. But the core of me is just a vibrational being here to express herself the way the universe, source, choose for me to do. That's the best way that I could really define it. Other people, based on the titles I've acquired, nursing, Reiki practitioner, chakra healer, fitness trainer, whatever. But I can't even call myself just that because that's always changing. Because I don't want to limit myself. I could be this today, and 10 years from now, I could be a Buddha. Who knows? I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Things are
Yeah.
constantly changing. So it's all about being present and embracing what that is in the moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is, listen, yes, right? Yes. I will tell you and thank you for that because there are many, many more people like, I'm going to say us because I felt every word of that.
Yeah.
That, we are, I always say, like, we're multifaceted.
Yeah.
There's so many parts of us. And a lot of times we get so locked in on whatever we've
Right.
created that there's no room to
Yeah.
create anything different because now you've defined
Right.
this and it's these self definitions that we have. And so I like to call it undefining, right? There's nothing, it's not even a redefining. It's really like
Right.
all of that is beautiful. I don't actually have to, like that's beautiful. I'm not throwing it
Yeah.
away. Right. But there's much more, and I don't ever have to sit in whatever it is. I
Yeah.
can release it. I can pick it back up 10 years from now. I can do
Right.
whatever.
And it's
Right. And it's not
challenging too, because you see that people, once you define that, now that's who you are. This
right.
is
Yeah.
it.
They want
You
to put you
cannot,
in the box.
you can't be anything else. You can't do anything else. Like you said, you
Right.
was a nurse. You're supposed to stay a nurse. That's it.
Right.
You're a nurse for the rest of your
Yeah.
life. You said you're this, you're gonna, so when you try to like expand, because naturally as energy, you're gonna expand and you're gonna like reclaim other parts of you, and you want to express that. Now you find either one or two things. You either keep yourself down and don't shine and don't jump into who you're trying to be next because everyone is telling you you're supposed to be this and you can't leave this, or you break free of that and go do it anyway, and you tend to lose all those people, like they no longer are in your life or very supportive of you because now you've evolved and shifted into something they don't understand outside of the box that they kept you in. So
that is
one
so
one of the
true.
two things is gonna happen.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It reminds me, I was watching I want to say this is one of your older videos.
A fitness video?
No, it wasn't that old. No, it wasn't that. It was about oh no, it might have been more recent. I watched a few. So they're good.
I'm honored.
But it was one about I can't remember the title, but it was like not taking things personal. That people are, whenever they are kind of being some way with you, or they're upset with you, or they, whatever, or then it's really not about you. And it aligned with me because I say that all the time. Right? Like that ain't got nothing to do with you. That has nothing to do with you. And it is so freeing to be in that space. Right. Don't take it personal. Right. And it is so freeing once you get that space. So what you just said kind of reminded me of that, because your growth and wherever you go and evolve into is your path. Right?
Absolutely.
That's not,
Absolutely.
and a lot of times when you said like they don't want to let you out of that box because they themselves don't know how to let themselves out of the
Right.
box.
Right.
Right.
So it's like,
And
how
so it's
dare
so
you
beautiful. Yeah.
show me that you can do this and I
Right.
can't? And it's like,
Yeah.
no, don't take it as a competition. Don't take it as a how dare you. Don't take it as a I'm better and you're
Right.
not. We all have the same access to the same thing. In
Yeah.
fact, look at it as like
Hmm.
guidance, like, oh shoot, like if she can,
Right.
if he can, I can
Possibility.
too. Yeah, I can
Possibility.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so true. Yeah. Hey. And that's the thing that I think a lot of times on my journey, I don't know if you've experienced this where you're evolving, you have so many different things, right? It's like, well, let me just ask you,
Okay.
how do you accept all of the pieces of you?
Mhm.
And is it like a journey? Like, do you have to do some work to accept
Oh,
this new piece that comes up to actually step into that and go on this path, this,
hi, Mike.
evolutionary path?
Yeah, I'm just saying hi to some of the people I see coming in.
Yes.
Yes, 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 and yes. Girl,
Right.
and it's
Yes.
not easy. Nobody said it was gonna
Mhm.
be easy. You know, no one said it was gonna be easy. But
Mhm.
if you're here, you chose it for yourself, so you're capable. You know,
Mm.
it has been challenging for me. It has been challenging. I think after making a lot of repetitive mistakes,
Mhm. Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
I think just having the time to really sit down and just delve into just exactly what it is that I want, who I'm becoming and accepting that, seeing the differences between me and my environment and realizing if I need to stay in that or leave it and shift that energy. And just learning a lot about myself, either if it's meditating or learning information from my birth chart, or just like
Mhm.
how how my energy is affecting other people around me. You know, I wasn't aware of that. It's almost like people see you, it's like you're a whole angel out here, or you're, let's not even use angel, you're a whole warrior, light warrior out here with the wings, and you're
Yes.
a whole phoenix. But no, you don't see your wings. You don't see who you are.
Right, right, right,
Everyone
right.
else sees it though, you know, but they're thinking that you don't see it because they're like, you're about to
Uh-huh.
leave if you see it. But it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
now after you've gone through some things, you start your heartaches. Like for me, it's been a lot of heartache experiences and relationships. After your heart starts to break several times, it's like you disconnect yourself from your ego. When you detach from your ego, then you could really it'll reveal your true self to you, you
Mhm.
know, and then you could
Mhm.
take the steps to kind of like just be like, yo, this is who I am. I can't keep fighting it. The more you fight it, the more things are going to be complicated, the more you're going to be in pain,
Yeah.
and the more you want to desire things outside of yourself, the more you're going to suffer. You know, like
Mhm.
I think it
Mhm.
was from Zen that I was reading some stories when I started even learning about Hinduism and a few other things, and it was like to desire is to suffer. And I'm like, damn, we live in like desiring everything. What do you mean to desire is
Right.
to suffer?
Right.
And
Yeah.
even if you're like, and Alan Watts told me this, even if you're sitting down and you're like, you know what, okay, fine, to desire is to suffer, then I won't desire. Well, even the fact of not wanting to desire is to suffer because you're desiring not to want to desire.
Oh, yes.
So it's a
Yes.
lot of sitting with
Woo.
yourself and paying
Mhm.
attention. There's clues everywhere. Everything is
Mhm.
energy. Everything is trying to
Mhm.
teach you something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I think in another one of your videos you mentioned like everything is energy, like even
Yeah.
the bed you lay on is energy.
Everything.
And learning that, understanding that, like the more you tap into it, the more it requires you to be present to
Yes.
it, to be aware, because all of it then affects
Every
everything. It
single
affects your
thing.
mood. It affects how your digestion tract
Yep.
is like what's happening in there.
Yep.
Everything. So like in noticing,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you, for a long time, I was like, you know, I don't want that. Can I skip this part? Like I don't want this part.
You in
And
the
I mean,
second
I
grade
didn't
and you're
want to
like, can
step
I go to
into
high
it.
school, please? Can
Right.
I just get me which
I
bus?
didn't want it.
Where's the bus that's
I
going
want
straight to the
I
high
was
school?
not accepting this like So I had a friend of mine asked me, like, one day we were sitting together, and I don't know, we do a lot of deep work together, and something
Right.
I said or whatever. She was like, well, Keisha, why do you think you're surrounded by us spiritual healers? And because I've dated men who maybe they didn't tap into it, but they were showing signs. They
Right.
were just stepping into it, or
Right.
they start teaching me stuff. I'm like, oh, I don't know. You know, I've had my friends, my whole circle. Like, it just feels like I am just surrounded by people who have tapped into their gift. Like, we all
Right.
have this, but they're either intuitives or they're empaths or they're spiritual
Yeah.
healers or whatever. And she was like, why you think you're surrounded? I was like, because I am one. I'm like, because I am one. Because I would watch their path and see them like have physical things happen to them that the doctor couldn't
They will
explain.
never
Right?
be able to. And I've been a nurse since 2010. So
Yes,
I know
yes,
both.
yes.
I'm grateful that I
Right?
know it. For a long time, I was not shying away from it. I didn't know how to connect both, but then I had to keep reminding myself everything is energy. I'm grateful to have learned the
Yeah.
Western way of doing things because I could
Mm-hmm.
appreciate now the holistic way of doing things, prevention and
Yeah.
the power that we have in being able to heal ourselves. So it's quite interesting though. Everything works
Yeah.
together. Everything, yeah.
It does.
Yeah, like even
It
like
does.
take me for example, exactly what you just said. Like I have been having like umbilical cord pains, right? And then I'm like, I don't know what that is, and it's been going on for maybe like over a year and a half now, right? Just sharing a little bit with you guys. And I literally done went and got a colonoscopy, an endoscopy, I got a sonogram, I got everything, and they're all like, this day on,
Right.
like I don't even know. It's like, no, nothing. I have no idea. I said, okay, cool. And as soon
Right.
as I left, and I was like, duh.
Right.
It's clearly emotional healing,
Right.
and I know I have to tap into
Like,
my solar plexus. So that's
yes.
the power. Before,
Mhm.
if you would think it's nothing, you would ignore it. But now that you know, okay, they're not gonna pick it up. It's nothing really physical, although your emotions and other things affect your physical. Now you
Mhm.
know where to guide that energy and knowledge to
We're the
start doing
source.
research. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is like freaking drop the mic, right? Like, because that's such a prime example of like, you know, like, and when you're in this world and you have people in your life
Mm-hmm.
who live in the very physical space, and I'm not saying I don't, right? There's a challenge. There's been a lot of stuff to even embrace the energetic space,
Yeah.
right? The spiritual
Yeah.
walk. But when you only exist in that, then your mind, it's like, well, it's got to be something physical. I'm like, way before it gets to the physical, man. There's all this other
Yeah.
stuff. It's the unseen
Yeah.
world, right? And so that's a beautiful example of you stepping into yours. Let me ask you, how did you
Mm.
transition from nursing into this holistic space?
Um, I'll say I'll let you know how my journey went, but
Hmm.
I wouldn't say I've transitioned. I would say like I've integrated it. I would say
Integrated,
yeah,
absolutely.
I would say I
Yeah.
integrated it
Hmm.
because there's times where I still do nursing care. I'm a pediatric nurse, so I still do nursing care.
Yeah.
Um, so in 2000 and okay, we're not talking about how I got into nursing, from nursing to healing. Okay, so around 2010, right, when I got my nursing, I started working in January. I got my nursing, and like around March, I started to work, right? Um, and for some reason, that was great. I had a lot of great experiences. I work with a lot of families at home with their children, their babies, or whatever. And around that same year, I decided to lose weight. Like I think I was 205 pounds, right? And I was like, I need to lose some weight. I saw a picture of myself. I was
Wow.
like, listen, I cannot be
Right.
5'5". And I'm like, and the thing is, I don't look like it, right? Everybody want to be like, oh, you thick, you're this. I'm like, oh yeah. And then it's like, no, you're like one hamburger away from like being like going overboard. So let's get this under control, right? So I was like, all
Right,
right,
right. Snatch it
yeah,
on
let's
back.
wheel it on back, right? So then I started to work out. And at the time, I started to work out with a friend towards the end of that year. And I think within like 7 months or so, 8 months, maybe even a little bit over that, like I lost a lot of weight. I went from 205 to 143. So I started to delve into the fitness and nutrition world, right? I was working out with bodybuilders. I was learning from bodybuilders. I was on stage like professionals, okay, and just learning as
Love
much
it.
as I can. Became an instructor, and at the same time, I was still going to work as a nurse. But
Mm.
somewhere around that time, something shifted in me. Like when I started to work out, I started to just feel there's a little disconnect. Even though I was fit, I looked good, I was still struggling with certain emotions, right? That I just couldn't
Mm.
understand, or certain relationships that would constantly keep repeating and ending. And there was just a lot of things that was going on. And around the time I decided to like pause with the nursing, because while I'm doing the fitness and nutrition and wellness, it actually grew into a business. Like just posting it on Facebook, it grew, and now we was like,
Mhm.
oh, let's make this official. So we turned it into a business. A lot of people don't may remember, but it was called Fitness Ladies, and at the time we grew that, right? And I took a pause from nursing. Luckily, as once you're a nurse, you're always a nurse. You always have to just renew your license or your certificate or whatever. And I went to Georgia for like a month, and a lot of people thought I was going through some type of like midlife crisis or something, right? I don't know why, but I don't know. Maybe they saw that I wasn't as connected or doing the same things anyway as anybody else. But around that time, I met someone out there, an older man. He was teaching, and he was teaching about who we are as energy. I started to learn a lot about myself, nature, connecting, and automatically from there, things change. I used to do my hair all the time, braids, weaves, wigs, perms, whatever. I did it myself, or I would go out and get it. But I got really good. I did it myself. When I came back from that trip, I was like, I'm going natural. Automatically, I went
Love it.
natural.
Yeah.
I started to learn about Dr. Sebi. I did the Dr. Sebi diet. I went vegan on Thanksgiving Day. After we finished cooking, I was like, I'm not eating. I'm not eating the meat. So on
Yeah.
Thanksgiving Day, I quit. I was like, I'm not eating. And they were like, why don't you wait till tomorrow? I'm like, no, I want to challenge myself. And I did. And I had everything else. And I'm Haitian. If you're Haitian, there's a whole bunch of stuff on the table to eat. So trust me, it's
Right.
okay if you don't eat any meat. Like there's a whole bunch of other stuff to eat, okay? And things just shifted for me from there. Like I started to meditate a lot. I started to have different type of higher level experiences that you read about, and you start to like, the more you go deeper into yourself, the more that information comes to you. So I was just like taking in a lot of information at the time, um, and a lot of things were shifting too. So remember what I said, as you shift, so will your environment. So because I started to go natural and things started changing, now the people I was around, it wasn't clicking anymore. So things had to end, the business had to end, a lot of things had to shift. Um,
Yeah.
and then eventually, I started to learn about just energy healing, the power of your mind, being able to utilize certain thoughts and affirmations just to call in back into your energy to reconnect with yourself. And I really started to delve in real deep, okay? And when you start to do that, whatever you focus on, that's what you're going to create. So that really started to create my reality to like, oh, okay, I'm supposed to be doing this. Then I became a Reiki practitioner because I understood the power of like Reiki healing. That was something that was just called to me. Um, Before I started to get into tarot reading, like that came to me as well. I started watching a whole bunch of videos online because it was just resonating with me. And I'm like, what am I doing watching this? This is so weird, right? But it resonated. I was just
Right.
like, yo, I couldn't run from it. I couldn't hide from it. And then literally I started to do it. I started to do it for my friends. And I was doing it for free just to doing it for myself. And every time they were like, yo, you are
Yeah.
super accurate. Like, what in the world? I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, okay, I don't even know, okay. I'm just flowing right now, and it's fun. It's different. One thing I know about myself, I don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again. I wanted to do something different. I'm always curious. So the journey kind of came to me. I didn't really like go
Yeah.
searching for it. I would have never known I
Yeah.
would have been doing this. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it kind of came to me. Like if I still stuck to what I said I wanted to do when I was like 8 or 9, and I still dibble and dabble into it, I would have been I would have been Beyonce, okay? I would have been the next top actress out there,
Right,
okay? Like I would
right.
have, and again, I still do some films here and there if I'm called to because it's fun. I love the creativity aspect of it,
Yeah,
but literally this journey called me. It called me.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is exactly how it
Yeah.
happens, right? When you open yourself up to it, it won't really be a choice in a way,
You
right? It's
have
sort
no
of just
choice.
like you
You
just
have no,
move in,
yeah.
and you can be in denial,
All you
like I was for a
You
minute.
have
But
you have the will to be in denial.
uh,
You have the choice.
yeah, yeah.
You have the
And, yeah, I
choice.
mean, and then on the other side of that, it just comes with whatever that's going to
And
bring
I'm
you, right? Whether
glad you
that's
said that.
pains and
I'm glad you said
whatever.
that because I remember, I don't know why I used to say this a long time ago in high school. I used to say we don't have free will. I used to say that. And I didn't know
Uh-huh.
why. I think it's just the way I saw things was going in my life and other people's life. I was like, yo, we don't have free will. This is not
Right,
free will. You know what I mean? And it's like
right.
now I could better understand it. And it's like, yeah, we really don't have
Mhm.
free will. You have free will to the point where you can choose to go against your path. You
Right,
can. That's your free will. Go on your
right.
path or go
Yeah,
against your path. That is your free will. And a lot of
you got
people,
right.
they're like, all right, I'm gonna do it this way because I know this is what I want. This is how, and it's like, okay. And just like you said, you go
Hmm.
against your path, and then you're gonna suffer. To desire is to suffer, right? You're desiring to
Hmm.
go towards your
Hmm.
own path and create whatever
Hmm.
you want, and you
Hmm.
forgot you
Right.
came here and had your own contract that you signed that you were
Yeah.
gonna follow this path.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
forgot.
and it's so easy to do
Yeah,
because
you're
the
distracted all
world
over the place,
is worlding.
girl.
The world's doing
Yeah,
whatever
I
it
like
does,
that. The world
and
is worlding
you know, and it's got information coming at you in all
all
directions, and
day.
sometimes it's not even the present information. It is
Yeah,
some
yeah,
old information that you still rocking
yeah.
with. And if you don't ever wake up to what is really in you, like getting the
Mm-hmm.
messages from
Yeah,
you and not to you,
yeah.
it will be a constant,
Always.
like you looking to please some other space that is
Yeah,
not really the space that you're really being directed towards. So
yeah,
I love all of that.
yeah.
Like, thank you for sharing that. I'm gonna dial back something you said, not in this
Okay.
round, but in the
Oh,
when
okay.
I asked you the other
Yeah,
question. And I just love what you said. You said if you're here, you chose it for
mhm,
yourself,
mhm.
so you're capable,
Yeah,
right? And I think that is such a big component to all of it. The fact that you are here, right, means that you
yeah,
chose it, right? And you're fully
yeah.
capable of it. And so in the moments when you feel like, we're still in this human
Of course.
existence, right? And as much work as we do, it allows us to be more equipped
Yeah.
to handle the stuff that comes, but it doesn't mean the stuff don't
Oh
come.
yeah. No, no,
So,
no. If
right,
anything, more comes.
right, right. And so
Bigger
in your
comes.
moments when it feels like when you might have a doubt or you might struggle with I feel fully
Right.
capable mode, right? I feel like
Right.
I'm that chick, right? Like in the moments you feel like that, what are your top three? I know you got plenty. Tools or go-tos, like tools or go-tos to get you into a different space.
Hmm.
Well, the first question I have is two
Okay.
questions. One, how do you allow yourself the room and the space to actually be in that space? Because there's something to get from that
Mm-hmm.
space, right? The space when we feel low or we feel like, our energy's low or we're not able to really produce or whatever.
Yeah.
But then how do you know when to shift into that, out of that, and what tools do you use? That's kind of three
It
questions.
is. It is. I would try my best. I would try my best. Um, I would try my best. So I think learning to listen to my body and to the signs that's going on outside of me really
Hmm.
helps me to like, hey, pay attention. Something is happening, something's trying to show you something, either if it's
Yeah.
synchronicity numbers or how I feel about something, or how things are like repeating in my life. Like I've had a lot of like in and out of relationships. It's ridiculous. People would think I was insane. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But they were all lessons to kind of like nudge me into like, listen, you are this person and this is what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the three, you said three, some of the things that helped me to get to that, to be able to receive that message is meditation. Meditation has always been my
Yep.
go-to. Um, dancing, music. I love music. I'm playing some Afro beats right now.
Yes,
I love it.
girl.
Girl, don't get me started. Don't get me started. This will turn into a whole
Yeah,
dance
listen.
party.
Yeah, listen. Look, we're gonna have to talk
We will
again.
have,
With the
yes, yes. Dancing for sure. And just energy healing. Like I'll do Reiki or chakra healing on myself. So a lot of
Mhm.
affirmations, a lot of sound frequencies that I'll do on myself, either with my voice or with certain type of frequency music.
Mhm.
I may use crystals or just and those things kind of like help me to like, okay, what are the actions that you need to take? Because I was having an issue of being too spiritual, where I wasn't grounding that energy into my physical
Yeah,
being,
yeah.
right? And I'm like, in order for you to move in this vessel, you need to come back
Right.
down, right?
Oh,
Like
you need the body.
you need your body, okay? I know you don't go too far. You over here
All
next to the
right.
moon, come back, come back.
Right.
Right. So
Yes.
I had to learn to ground my energy and be like, okay,
Mhm.
what am I doing wrong? Like start asking myself the deep questions, the shadow work,
Mhm.
so to speak. Like, what am I doing wrong? What were my actions and, whatever experiences that I'm having that I don't want? Like being that teacher to myself and being that person that is like, hey, this is what's going on. You need to take a look at this, like
Mhm.
other people can have a lot to say and it can hurt when other people are saying it, but I don't think it hurts more than what you're saying to yourself. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
you always want to go through that and release it and heal it. So, because you really want to be kind to yourself. The whole point of being able to like do some self-reflection is for you to learn and then to evolve, So
Mhm.
you always want to like be like, okay, this is what you did wrong. And okay, this is what you need to do to get it right.
Yep. Yep.
It's okay
Yeah.
to go there. It's not okay to stay there. You always have to keep
Mhm.
moving. As energy, we're always moving. It's like water.
Mhm.
If you
Mhm.
the is always flowing back and forth onto the shore, and the ocean is always
Yeah.
moving. It's always alive. But if you
Mhm.
get that water stuck in a creek somewhere, it turns into mud and then it gets dirty and it dies. It doesn't stay, as healthy. It's not high energy
Mhm.
anymore. There's no oxygen there anymore. So you always want to keep
Yeah.
evolving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So meditation,
Yeah.
dancing, and like energy healing, like crystal healing or sound
Yeah.
frequencies, affirmations, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it takes
Yeah.
a while
This is so
too.
beautiful.
It takes a while.
Yeah.
It takes a while. For me,
Yeah.
it took a while for me to get like automatically I just do it now, you know? It's
Mhm.
like a
Mhm.
muscle. The more you do it,
Right. It's just like, yeah, that's the perfect way
yeah.
to explain it because it's just like anything else. It takes practice.
Yeah.
And I'm, you know, for those that are listening that, I would say for my path, it's been, I mean, it's not the like every day I'm on top of it.
Me too.
I'm not
Me too.
there. And so sometimes it's like the physical world of the like the doing or the things that need to get done. And then I look up at the end of the day like, shoot. I didn't like, and then some days I'm sitting at my desk and I'm like, I clearly need to go stand in the rain. Like I clearly need to go just go be
Go
with the
to
tree, like
nature.
go hug a tree.
Yeah.
Right. Or I need to get on this floor and I need to stretch it out. I need
Yeah.
my mat. Like what? So, and I can interrupt my day and be guided. And
Hmm.
then other times I'm not. I think the biggest piece, and you said some really wonderful things. And one of the things that I always encourage people to step into is as you do whatever you're doing, whenever you figure out your pieces
Hmm.
or you dabble in this space, give yourself
Yeah.
grace because you want to do it like when you said like, what did I do wrong? I don't really use right or wrong, but
Right.
just a, not that that's
Disharmonious.
even right or wrong.
I like
It's
to
just
use
more,
disharmonious.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, oh, well, something's happening that created this thing.
Hmm.
And so let me pay attention to
Right.
what that was. in your moment of doing that, it's not even to judge it. It's just to
Exactly.
recognize
That's
it
it.
and notice it so that you can then choose the thing that will create the space that you're
Yeah.
ideally knowing that's possible,
Yeah.
right? So thank you for all of that.
Absolutely.
And yeah, we're gonna have to talk again because I don't know. I didn't realize we had so many things in common. When I watched one of your videos and you were doing so you're like, sorry y'all, I used to want to be a rapper. And I was like, I love it. My
Listen,
wait,
I used to
my
have
8th
notebooks,
grade
okay?
rap name was Special K. What was your
No.
I can tell you how to rap,
Mine was
but lately I've been
baby. Mine
playing with
was
it.
baby with two E's.
Yours is what?
Mine was baby with two E's.
Oh, I love it. BABEE.
Yes.
I love it.
That
Okay, well, I'm
was
going to hear your skills soon.
me.
So, you know, all
Oh,
right,
no.
yes. And then you said acting. I'm like, that's how I moved to New York. I
Get
left
out.
engineering and moved to New York for acting.
That's
And
so
I'm so grateful for
funny.
all of the pieces. That's what I'm
Yes.
saying. Like, when you're someone who you have all these different things, right? Acting, I chose personal training because I wanted the freedom to still be able to act. I didn't learn
Yeah.
that training and fitness was like a part of like something I
Yeah.
love, not like let me
Yeah.
just go get a
Yeah.
job, right? It was so all of the pieces all come together if you're
Right.
willing to go on the
They make
journey.
you. They
And that's
all
what
make
I
you.
know.
Yeah.
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 And I have to say the same thing about acting. I don't go after it, but if it comes to me, I'm absolutely open because I love it. I love
Absolutely.
all of it. And the dancing, girl, like,
Girl, forget
please.
it.
I've been
Forget
taking
it.
dance for 12 years. I'm dancing this morning, learning. Yeah. Well, there's something that I'm learning because
What's that?
it's a part of my
I already know what
celebration.
it
I'll have
is.
to announce it at
I
another
already
time.
know what it is.
All right. Well, when we
I'm gonna
talk
tell
here,
you
I'll
when we
tell
get
you what it is.
off.
I'm gonna announce it at some point, but I ain't quite
I
ready
got
to
you.
announce it yet. But
I got you.
but yes. So I just love your energy and your spirit, and thank you so much for joining me today. What I
Yes.
would like to know,
Okay.
I want everyone to know, is where to find
Okay.
you. What are all your services? Like,
Okay.
how can they work with you? So, where to find you and how can they work with
Okay.
you?
Anyone that's on here now, they could definitely go on my profile. If they hit the link in my profile, they'll find a lot of the information where you can find me. The website is my name, Dailande.com, or Todaiswellness.com. They both go to the same source, right? Um, I also offer Reiki healing, chakra healing, tarot card readings, and I also do one-on-one. So anyone that kind of needs some assistance in their spiritual journey, I kind of like help them and just provide space for them because I feel like it's so challenging just to find that. Even for me, it was
Mm-hmm.
challenging, But I think a lot of people that resonates with this message, they not only do they need some type of space to kind of like know exactly what they need to do, but just to like being able to listen to themselves and not feel judged or anything like that. And I'll be there to
Mm-hmm.
provide that kind of space. Um, I never say that I'm in a business to like help you get to your spirituality. I feel like I can help you with energy healing. I can help you with certain messages and to guide you with certain tools that helped me. And then that journey is going to reveal itself to you because everybody's path is
Yeah,
different.
it's
I can't say
different. Yeah.
you're going to do exactly what I did or anything. I could give you a base, an example, and show you what I've gone through, what I've done,
Mhm.
even help you to understand what it is that you're going through so that you can have a more of an expansive understanding of who you are and which direction you need to go on, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
Also, if anyone is in Brooklyn, I'm actually having a workout and chakra class where we're going to do, it's about an hour. We're gonna do 30 minutes. Yes, we're gonna do 30 minutes of workouts. It's gonna be fun. I'm probably gonna be playing some Afro beats. And then the last end of the class, we're gonna do like chakra healing. We're gonna go through up the entire chakras. I'm gonna help everybody guide and aid them in like balancing that energy center and understanding it a little bit more. That's gonna be April 21st. So if anyone want to register for that Eventbrite, that information is also in my description.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That is phenomenal.
Yes,
So
yes.
I love it. I love all of that. Yeah, I was all like, Wednesday,
No,
Wednesday,
When's the date? But yeah, that will be when I'm going to be back in New York. But
Okay.
I will be back in New York, and I'm going to let you know when,
Okay.
because I was like, ooh, I think I'm going to get me a
Yes. That's gonna
vacation.
be
Yes,
nice. Yes.
yes,
I'm absolutely
absolutely.
open to that.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Queen. Thank you for jumping on today, co-creating with me. It has been
Absolutely.
an absolute joy,
I
and I'm
appreciate
so
you.
excited for all that you have created and continue to create. And thank you for really being such a light and choosing, or not even choosing, listening to your inner
Thank
guidance, right,
you.
to go on that path, because it opens up the door for so many others
Yeah. I'm
when you
grateful.
choose, when you go on that path.
I'm
So
honored.
thank
I'm
you.
honored, and I'll do it again. I'll do it again.
Yes,
Thank you so much for having me. I
absolutely,
appreciate it. All
Queen.
right.
All right.
Take
I'll speak
care.
to you soon.
Bye,
Okay.
everyone.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you for jumping on.